Welcome to 2 on the 10.
Welcome to the 2 on the 10.
Hello.
I'm Paul. This is Mitch. Got Greedy Nick on the 1s and 2s.
Greedy.
This is our first podcast. Welcome to the show. It feels great to be here. This is a long time in the making.
Yes, sir.
Yes, baby. Yes. But let's get right into it. Man, let's talk about this Miami shooting, bro. This spring
Actually,
break.
2 Miami shootings spring break.
I know this is crazy, man. These times are different. I remember, we used to go down to spring break and just wild out and have fun. There was nobody worried about nobody getting shot. You know, maybe babies on the stomach, or something like that. How many girls were we gonna shoot down? But
I was going to be really insensitive and say when I heard about the Miami shooting, I was like, has anybody seen John Morant?
oh, too soon, bro. Too soon. Way too soon on that one. But it's just different times, right now. It's just crazy. It's like people don't want to talk things out. They want to shoot first, which is I don't know. It's just wild to me, man. I don't know. It's just.
We are some crazy times in this world, but that's not how you're supposed to handle situations, right?
Yeah.
I mean, and first of all, I know you've been to South Beach many times. I've been there a few times myself. That is some of supposed to be the safest areas, most luxurious areas in the country.
It is, but man, they're just going down there. They're tearing up Miami every year. They go down for South Beach, man. So, hey, man, just go down there and have fun, have a good time. But, Mitch, tell me one of your wildest spring break stories.
Speaking of spring break, huh? Okay, let's see. Well, we're going to go way back. Okay, for those that don't know, I'm from Vallejo, California. So in high school, I chartered the bus to the other side of town to the private school, St. Pat's. We made friends, me and my boys made friends with some folks in Benicia. For those who don't know, Benicia, it was like the 90210 town to me, I always wanted to get over there because of the women and the parties. Vallejo didn't really have parties like that, Speaking of getting shot up, But so we made friends with a few folks, a little bit different, but they were real cool. And so we hung out, and we all decided we were going to go to Santa Cruz for spring break. Now, I'd never done shit like that in my life. I've seen it in movies, I've seen it in movies, and I heard about it in songs and whatever else. So we were, going to have a blast, whatever. So we went down to Santa Cruz, a bunch of us, my senior year, a couple cats junior year. And the story that I'll share on that adventure, there's a few of them, but so me and a couple of my boys were out, and I remember this. Like, I remember wearing the Seattle Mariners, the Ken Griffey hat back in the day. Mm-hmm. So I'm wearing that hat, whatever, thinking I'm super fresh, whatever. We meet some college girls out there. So we're running lines. I'm saying I was drafted by the Mariners or whatever, and they were kind of eating that up. So me and a couple of my friends were able to move off with 3 of the girls. So me and my boy Rob went to, I think we took the 2 girls to back in the day, how you used to jump fences and go in hot tubs and all that shit? Yeah, I think we jumped a hotel fence, went in the hot tub or whatever. We were chilling in the hot tubs. My other friend from Benicia, he took, and I don't want to be rude, but I have to paint the right picture, the more heavyset girl, mm-hmm. And I guess they went and hung out. So we're sitting here in the hot tub. We got 2 college girls. Now keep in mind, I'm an only child, don't have older brothers, learned a lot of what I learned either from my neighborhood or from movies and music. Not saying it's right, but that was my experience. So I'm like, okay, well, the movies goes this way, and this is what it is, and we finally doing all this shit. This is amazing. And I remember the girls getting in the hot tub in thongs. We're just, going crazy. We end up getting kicked out. We go back to their hotel. It's on, right? It's on. They decide they're going to take a shower together. And keep in mind, this is the early 90s, so that stuff's not all over. It's not over the interweb yet or nothing like that.
Don't date yourself, man.
So, yeah, I know. But, hey. Like Lowry's, I'm seasoned. Mm-hmm. But so, I just remember them, taking a shower. We're waiting on the bed, and all of a sudden they get out like it's on. Their friend busts through the front door. Your friend's an asshole! Crying and shit. All of a sudden, they were like, whatever, drunk or whatever out of it. Now they're sobered the fuck up and pissed off. What the fuck your friend do? And we're like, what the fuck did our friend do? We don't even know. And come to find out, when we match both stories together, I guess my friend took the girl, they were talking, making out or whatever. They decided to walk into an alley. I guess things were going well for him. I guess she decides to give him head. And when he finishes, he zips his pants up and runs away. And the girl gave chase, but she couldn't catch him.
Oh my God, that's classic. That is a classic story.
And so there's a little more to this, just one more part. So, at least what I'm going to express. So they were pissed. It was done. I mean, it just couldn't have been more messed up timing. 5-10 more minutes, it would have been the whole college movie that you see, the Porky's, the whatever else, the Fast Times at Ridgemont High. But nope. But so now 3 weeks later, I'm back home, which is about 3 hours away from Santa Cruz. And I'm actually an hour away in Santa Rosa because I wanted to go to different malls. I was weird. On Sundays, I'd get depressed before school starts, so I'd want to go to the mall, so my boys would roll with me to the mall. My boy Len that day rolled with me to the mall. We go to this place called Scandia, this arcade spot. We're just looking, trying trolling for chicks back then or whatever. And some girl in Scandia stops me and goes, "Hey, you know my friends." And my boy Len starts laughing, thinking I'm on the sly or something. I go, "No, I don't know your friends, girl. You must have got me confused with somebody else, right?" She goes, "No, you know my friends, blah, 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 so-and-so and so-and-so." And I'm terrible with names. So I go, "No, I don't know them, whatever." "I have pictures." I go, "You got pictures? What are you talking about?" So we all walk over to the counter of the Scandia. She opens a drawer desk, and I don't know why she has pictures at her work. But she pulls out these pictures. Third one down, I'm sitting on the couch with the two girls from spring break, from that story.
Right.
And to make matters worse and to add insult to injury, I'm wearing the same hat and same sweater that day she shows me the pictures that I am in the picture.
Wow. What are the chances of that?
And I'll just say this, just for the whole fresh factor, back in the day when you had that fit, and you always rocked it because it was the hardest fit. It wasn't out like nowadays where everybody's got a million fits. It was, man, you had 3 fits, you made them work, you borrowed from other people because there's no social media, there's no Instagram, you weren't taking pictures. Just go to different spots and people see, different shit to them. Right? It was the same shit every week, but you were fresh. So that's my story. What about you? You got some crazy spring break story?
Oh man, I can't, I got, family members out here be listening and stuff. I can't be getting all crazy and raunchy, but no, I will tell
the innocent and the guilty.
I will tell a story about a close friend of ours, Ken, for those who know us.
Have you seen my baseball?
Yeah. We're all close friends here, but so we go down there. It's probably about 10 of us.
Where you go?
We went down to Rocky Point, by the Port of Penasco. It's probably about 5 hours from Arizona, start to finish. But so we go down there, 10 of us go down there. We rent out 2 rooms. It's 5 of us to a room. So, we're partying, we're drinking.
I think they call that fuckboy style now.
Yes, that's how we were doing it.
I'm just playing.
We were driving off. So we meet this girl, and we'll call her Tequila Mama because that's what we nicknamed her. We won't use her name, but we will call her.
All 10 of you?
No, it wasn't that type of party, But so, Ken takes this girl off. He gets lost. He's gone. He's gone for like 45 minutes. I'm like, man, where's Ken at? So I go looking for him, and come to find out he's on the beach. And of course, they had some covers on the beach. I see the covers going up and down. But as I get closer, I notice there are 2 figures that are side by side that are flanking both of them. And I'm like, what in the world is going on? So, I come a little closer. I realize there are 2 Mexican gentlemen laying down right next to them as they're going at it. So I come up to them and say, what the fuck are you guys doing? They try to act like they're asleep. It starts snoring. Ken looks up and doesn't realize what's going on. And I'm like, dude, y'all about to get out of here. These dudes get up, walk opposite direction. Ken keeps going. And I'm like, all right, man, you got about 10 minutes. Just meet us back up there. So anyway, the girl walks up and she stays with us. We're down there for 3 days. She stays with us for the whole time. And she asked us to drop her off at the border because her friends had left already. She had no ride home. We told her we'd take her home. She says, no, drop me back off at the border. I'll find my own way home. I was astounded. I said,
Solid
okay, you
move.
can be okay? She was like, yeah, I'm fine. Hey, I think Tequila Mama was probably going to go back down. She just didn't want, didn't want to look crazy. But no, that's one of the wildest, spring break stories for me that I've seen down there. I can't really tell my spring break story.
Oh, okay. Hey, let me ask you this though, real quick. So you said that there were the two cats that were flanking them, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What was your fear? What did you think they were doing? I mean, do you think that they were trying to rob him, or do you think they were trying to rub him?
It was touch and go there for a minute, but
Pause.
it could have been a little slap and tickle, but I didn't want it to go that far. You always want to look out for your boys and stuff like that, but there was no shooting. Leaf from guns.
Gotcha.
Sure. Yeah, definitely. But circling back on what you said, earlier, let's talk about the John Morant. You had mentioned them earlier. What's your feelings on brandishing a gun? In the club. Star athlete. I've been there. I used to play professional football, so I know how we're scrutinized and stuff like that. But to bring a gun up in the club, what's your
Well, even the club or the IG or whatever else.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Everybody makes mistakes, so I don't want to be the person throwing rocks in the glass house. But but when you have that opportunity and you have that kind of I guess situation to where everybody looks up to you. You're one of the rising stars. I mean, amazing ball player, and it just seems like the media will write that narrative one way or the other. They're going to either write you in or they're going to write you out.
Now, do you think that's fair? Do you think the scrutiny should, he went on this big apology tour, apologizing for his actions and stuff like that. Do you feel that was justified? Do you feel, is he, just like me and you, we make mistakes.
Of course.
You know what I'm saying? And, like you said, we're not in the spotlight, so we don't have to go and apologize. You think that was the right thing for him to do, is go out there and go on this apology tour?
I definitely do. Not only as a, I think as a person that's looked up to, as an influencer, but then also as a business person. I mean, there seems like there's two different styles of NBA athlete, or any athlete, for example. There's the athlete that makes their money out the business, and then there's the athlete that thinks past the business. And like Jay-Z said, I'm not a businessman, I'm a businessman, And we see the LeBrons and the KDs and the Steph Currys on that level. And Nike was putting out his first shoe. Nike's putting out his first shoe next month, which I don't know if they're still continuing that, which I think they are. Pretty interesting. They're going to put out his shoe and they Hulk Kyrie's,
Right.
Kind of interesting. I don't want to get into that one right now. I don't know if you do, but.
That might be a little touchy subject right now. I mean, here's the thing on the 2 on the 10. We are going, as we go on, we are going to touch on, some controversial things, but.
We definitely we want you to, kind of know us better.
Yeah.
We want to grow and grow with you, and you guys get to, see just how, the genuine side of us and what we're about and our experiences to be able to talk like this.
Exactly. And just speaking from, a former athlete, it's hard, having live up to these standards. I mean, day in and day out, you got people that are coming at you for whatever reason. You don't know, because your money, your fame, girls are after you, stuff like that, and it's difficult. That's why I take my hat off to these guys. The scrutiny that they deal with on day in and day out basis. I just think sometimes we just got to use better judgment when it comes to these different situations. But so let me ask you this. I mean, Mitch, what's your top 5 shooters?
Are we going that way? Let's see. My top 5 shooters, if I had to rank them, I would say, John Morant.
Okay.
Gilbert Arenas.
Uh-huh.
Got to go with a dark horse, Aaron Hernandez.
Uh-huh.
Arnold and Commando.
Ooh, okay.
And then young boy in the back of Ferris's red Hyundai with the locomotion sticker that shot Ricky in the alley in Boys in the Hood.
Okay. That's a solid list right there. That's a solid list.
I have an honorable mention because I don't want to leave out the old school,
Okay.
John Wayne.
Okay. Oh, shout out to the Duke. Shout out to the Duke. The Duke in the house. Duke in the house. Speaking of Duke, let's talk about this NCAA tournament. Wow, man, it's been upset city. coming out of, 15 beating, twos, 16 beating ones. It's just
U of A getting bounced?
hey. Now, I'm still sensitive from it. I'm still drinking. I'm still talking to my therapist over it. It's a sore spot. It's way too soon to be talking about that. Yes, I am from the University of Arizona. I play ball down there. So yes, I'm kind of sensitive about my boys getting bounced first day. Terrible, absolutely terrible. But nah, man, it's just been some crazy. You look at Purdue getting bounced. Number one seed getting bounced. Kansas. What do you think, Mitch? What do you think is the reasoning behind some of these mid majors or these lower tier schools? Actually, bouncing these so-called Big Five powerhouses.
I think, a few things. I think that there's no team anymore. It seems like it's recruits or names to me. It's like one and dones, or maybe 2 years. So I think that, smaller schools realize this is their Super Bowl. Like that first round game. Mm-hmm. I know, and don't get me wrong. I'm sure they want to go in the tournament and try and win it. But to a lot of these schools, in my opinion, that's their Super Bowl. That's their championship. People will talk about that, forever at that school, We'll forget about it next year when it happens again and go, But at that school, they would talk about it forever,
That's going to be the Farley Dickinson.
Yep.
That's their highlight for, the next 10 generations right there.
Yep, the Al Bundy 4-touchdown game.
Right. And I think that NIL has a lot to do with it too. I think money in college sports have kind of changed the landscape. No longer are these big power schools as dominant because they have so many choices, and the way they're recruiting is if a 5-star recruit or a 4-star recruit can get the money to go to some of these lower so-called lower tier schools. I think it's actually a good thing because I think it's going to, level the playing field, and actually we're going to see some great basketball like we're seeing right now in the tournament. Who would you think is your favorite?
That's tough. Not gonna lie, it's not my NCAA basketball or NCAA's. Greedy Nick knows this when we talk sports bets sometimes, but. It's not my biggest. I enjoy the tournament, but I kind of like to just veg out and watch it. So ever since Fab Five was gone, college basketball's been different for me. And I know I dated myself again, but I don't care. Fab Five was the shit.
I got you. But going back to that's when you had the the powerhouses. You had the Georgetowns, the Dukes.
To your point, that freshman Fab Five team. Even though they had 5 of the top freshmen in the nation, was shocking because it was freshmen doing it, compared to Christian Laettner, who was a sophomore, junior at the time, I believe.
Yeah, right, correct.
But but to answer your question, I kind of like I like a few teams out there. I like Texas. I like Kansas State. I'm always that guy that unless I really am invested in the number 1 seeds, I like the underdogs.
Gotcha.
But Texas is a 2 seed, right? I believe.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep.
You still have my favorites that are still in there is, you still got Alabama. You still got Alabama.
Okay.
That's still in there. Texas, I do like them.
And I'm be honest with you, I'm gonna root for Princeton every game just because.
Right. Here's the funny thing. So, kind of. If you think about it, I was thinking about doing this betting strategy. I'd seen something. I believe it was on TikTok or Instagram, and essentially.
Well, that means it's real.
So how the strategy worked is if you put for the first two days, so the Thursday to Friday, you would have had to shell out $3,200. So if you put $100 on each team, right? And
because let me just break it down for the people that are do the slow math.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 64 teams in the tournament. There's breaking it down, that means 32 games. So that's your $100, $3,200, right?
Yeah, exactly. So
I got a C in math, by the way.
So if you take Thursday alone, you had 16 teams, and if you would have put $100 on each team, so it would have cost you $1,600. Well, Arizona getting beat again. Like I said, I'm still hurting from that. But Arizona getting beat, they were plus 1,700. That means if your $100, if you had put it on Princeton, would have got you 1,700. And also Virginia losing, they were plus 900 against Fordham. So that whole day you would have been up $1,200 on your $1,600. So you would have been going to this. You would have been going in the second day, and Friday up money already, and then you have the big upset, which pays the whole day because Purdue was plus 1,600 against FDU. Who in the world is FDU?
You know what's funny? I didn't even know. I really didn't know. Is that Fordham? Is that
Yeah. We had
is that Fred Durst University?
we had to look, you technically had to look these guys up because you didn't know who they were. But that day alone, just those 2 days, you would have been up plus $1,300. You would have been up just off a $3,200 bet. So it's a strategy. But going back to my point is, I love the disparity that's in college basketball. That's what makes it fun and stuff like that. So, for you guys, try that bet next year and see if it comes in.
Well, the algorithm is going to change, so they're going to. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, probably for you, stuff like that. But let's stick with basketball, man. There's some disturbing news coming out of the NBA.
There's disturbing rumors. Let's
Yeah. Okay, you're right on. You're right on that, Mitch. It's a rumor so far. I mean, there's nothing been substantiated, but it's been a hot topic. Let's talk about Andrew Wiggins, right?
Whoa.
So the story is that his childhood girlfriend had allegedly had a baby, which he thought was his. Well, he has 2 kids, and so his oldest daughter is allegedly his best friend's kid. That means his high school sweetheart has been having an affair with his best friend for over the last 10 years.
And that's caused him to take a break from basketball and maybe for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
With the Warriors in the playoff hunt.
Yeah.
And defending their title. I just want to be clear for everybody listening. Might not be the biggest basketball fans.
So, Mitch, I just had a question. How would you deal with the situation? Like what would your mental be right now? It's hard for me to wrap my brain around because if I was in that situation right now, I don't know what I would do. I know I would be angry first. Then I would be sad. Then I would want to really hurt somebody. I just don't know. I don't know what exactly would you do.
I mean, that's tough. First of all, let me just state this, because we don't want to build this show on sensationalism, not based on fact or reality. I mean, we'll give our opinions all day, but so I pray that is not the case for that young man, his family, and especially his daughter. Definitely we don't want to, but we're going to address the topics, regardless.
Yeah.
And that topic has been floating out there. Now, in all fairness, let's also say that his significant other has made a statement saying that, that is not the case. And, so in all fairness, let's put that out there, of course,
the glove doesn't fit, you must have quit.
Rest in peace, Johnny Cochran.
Sounds like she wasn't using a glove at all, though.
Yeah. That is true, though. Shots fired, but,
So to answer your question, okay, that's a tough one because, twofold. One, my first reaction, would be like my man Orange Juice Jones and that song "The Rain." I'd pull out the jammy and flat bust both of y'all. You without me is like cornflakes without the milk.
Right.
But when cooler heads prevail, truthfully, and I talked to one of my boys about this, I would just make sure that the relationship, because I'm thinking about all this, okay? And again, let's even get his name out of there. Let's just use variable. If this situation happened to anybody in this room or anybody, right? So if that happened to me, your whole world has just been flipped upside down and destroyed in a moment, right? you're questioning life, you're questioning everything else, you're questioning, why you do deserve this, the surprises. I think the one thing I would, when cooler heads prevail is, I think the daughter and his relationship actually in a way it gets stronger because of it, because it's built on what they've established themselves. And I don't think that changes. I think it actually only grows stronger. And that's the most important thing in that picture, because if wifey decides she wants to be foul and not tell, and then sneak and have a kid and do all that, and your boy who's your best friend does that, fuck them both. That's truthfully it. But with the daughter, hey, we all know that sometimes, hey, blood is not thicker than water sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes it's relationships, it's about, the people. And I definitely think that, you salvage that and figure out how to make that work, whether it's counseling, therapies, whatever, but that love doesn't disappear, in my opinion.
Right.
Now, if someone gets jaded, if they get upset, they get angry, then maybe, I can see how they shut that part down. But again, that girl did nothing.
Right.
So, it's not her fault. And, it's not his fault, supposedly, so.
Well, like I said, it's a sad situation if it's true. Like I said, I really hope it doesn't, because that would, man, that just rips apart a family to me, But it kind of it got like my mind thinking. People are up here talking about body counts. You hear that all the time. Oh, what's your body count? What's your body count? Here's somebody
hanging around some young fucking people.
That I do sometimes, but you have a woman who, and like I said, this is all allegedly, but you have a woman who's been with you, since the beginning, and her body count is quote unquote low, where you may find a woman, farther in life that has quote unquote high body count. So, two-part question for you, Mitch, is would you be with a girl that has a high body count, and what is a high body count for you?
First of all,
Loaded question.
don't they always say never answer a question with a question? You got 2 questions for me, I got 5 questions for you. First, let me say, I just have to go on record and say I hate the fucking word body count.
Shout out to Ice-T.
Cop Killer. That was the name of the song that Body Count sang. Just don't, Blue Lives Matter me today. I have friends that are cops. And I've ran from a few cops.
True that.
And I took a mountain bike from a cop once. We'll
talk about that. We'll talk about that another time.
It's past 7 years, we're good. But, no, to answer that question, that loaded mashed potato with extra cheese and bacon and
sour
chives
creams and all
question.
that good stuff. Yeah.
That's a. I mean, first of all, again, I'm still going to go on my rant. I hate the word body count. I think it's it's the young wannabe influencer, YouTuber, woke word, with the Karen and, everything else. It just when I hear that word, I picture somebody running around a college campus doing jumping jacks, waiting for somebody to come by and ask what their body count is. So that word kind of gets on my nerves. But with that said, that's just me. It depends on, I guess it depends on what your, where you're at in life, what your goals are. There's 2 things I can say. One is if you don't know and everything lines up and the person is real, and again, I can say that at this point, if that person is real in this, who am I to judge in a way? But I will be like The Weeknd, or even before that, Mario Winans. I don't want to know. I'd rather just not know and let's go with the flow. But in the same token, I think there's a famous quote from some pretty popular historians, I think. And I think I can relate to that on this situation. I don't care who you are, where you're from, what you did, as long as you love me.
Who the hell said that? Backstreet Boys?
Hey, well, they were famous, motherfucker.
Oh, my God. No. See, for me, body counts don't, quote unquote body counts don't care. I go back. If you want to quote somebody, I go back to Allen Iverson. Practice? we talk about practice. Here's the thing: is if you're hung up on what this woman did before you,
She's not for you.
she's not for you. You know what I'm saying? Because you had zero control over, what went on. What the Me Too movement say? My body. What did you say?
Was it my body, my choice? Something
Yeah,
like
my
that?
body, my choice. So
Yeah. So I mean, from that perspective, thank you for reminding me of that, because we were talking about this beforehand, and I think that is right or wrong. I think the body count word applies to females more than it does to guys. Would you feel that way?
Oh, I mean, definitely. I mean, we get a free pass all the time. It's like a badge of honor for us to have,
it's like-
a high body count. Oh yeah, we took down so many girls. We popping collars, high five and stuff like that. But then, when women, got a high. Oh, that's that slut, that whore. All that stuff like that. And so, like I would say, it's not fair. And
But do you think that's changing a little bit with like the music and the culture and, like the Meg Thee Stallions and some of the lyrics that are putting out there? Do you think that's changing a little bit? Women are kind of empowered by that and are starting to take pride in the body count?
You know what? Here's the thing. Here's the thing, Nick. I think you're correct on. I think you're correct on it. They're kind of not making it as taboo or quote unquote dirty as it used to be. I still think there is a stigma around it, and that's just something we as a society we got to get over because like I said, I don't. It doesn't pertain to me. Whatever you did before me is what you did. But is when we're together, I expect you to be loyal, and
That's a whole other story.
and I hope that you expect me to be loyal to you. So what I'm saying, that's a two-way street. So, but getting hung up on, I know fellas are like, oh no, I can't get with that girl because she been with, she would have been so many dudes. So what? She brings some experience to the table. Long she's what you said. Long she's not like Arby's roast beef. Down there. What did you say? What's that saying?
Are you sure I said that?
I believe that a little early. What'd you say? What you say about the roast beef sandwich?
All I said was, as long as you don't hear, we got the meats.
So long as that's not coming out of
No horsey sauce.
No Worcestershire sauce down there, we'd be fine. But nah, like I said, it's kind of, man. You got me kind of hungry. We were talking a little bit earlier about what's
You want to DoorDash some Arby's right now?
Nah, but I'm gonna leave that alone. Talking about DoorDash, don't you like Chipotle?
Chipotle.
Chipotle, ain't you a Chipotle fan?
Chipotle is all right. Hey, let me ask you. Speaking of Chipotle, let me ask you, Paul. Do you consider Chipotle Mexican food?
Okay, so let me.
It's a yes or no question.
Whoa, let me define it. Okay, so a lot of meat, a lot of cheese, a lot of guacamole.
Pickles, onions on sesame seed bun. What are we talking about?
Gets me to the bathroom ultra quick, dropping Hiroshimas. Yes, it's Mexican.
Whoa, hey, come on. Hey, Nick, hit a bomb or something. Do something, come on. Do something. Pick one. Wow, that's racist.
Hey. yeah, it's definitely Mexican food.
It's definitely
It's definitely
Chipotle's definitely Mexican food.
Yeah, it's definitely Mexican
Ooh,
food. Yeah.
okay. So when you go to a good Italian, did you go to Olive Garden?
Hey, if the shoe fits, they have one of. Listen, I'm gonna tell a secret right now.
You like pineapple on your pizza?
No, I do not like pineapple on my pizza. I do not. But ladies, I will have some pineapple out there for you. A little later. But no, I do.
Not pineapple juice, motherfucker.
Olive Garden has some of the best chicken parmesan.
I thought you said, oh, you can eat breadsticks and salad.
No,
The breadsticks and salad aren't good.
yeah, no, their chicken parm is
Apparently, you haven't had chicken parm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'd call Olive Garden comfort food.
it's comfort food
For somebody. I'd be leaving uncomfortable.
but no, their chicken parm's pretty dope though. Pretty dope.
I ain't gonna lie. Just being honest. I mean, trust me, my boy La Piazza would kill me because that's one of my spots. That we'll talk about his spot later, some other time. But I do like Olive Garden. Like I'd like a good TV dinner.
I'm just saying, coming from a large Italian family, I got some relatives rolling over in their graves right now. You guys saying Olive Garden is Italian food.
Well, first, I'm not saying Italian food.
I bet you think Panda Express is Chinese food too.
Yeah, see? Hey, listen, don't knock Panda, baby. Orange chicken is where it's at. Where it's at. Come on. If you ain't had a double orange, you don't know what you're missing. Make sure you get that. And the double chow mein. Ooh.
Bro, we ain't got no Panda sponsorship. What are you talking about, bro?
Yeah, hit me up, Panda. Send me free food anytime you want. But nah.
You're on keto. What are you talking about?
Hey, that is true. That is true. But all joking aside, what's your what would you say is your favorite restaurant, man? Like if you were to go on, like let's break it down like this. What would be your favorite steakhouse?
My favorite steakhouse in the country, the globe.
I mean, favorite steakhouse that you've eaten.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I mean, it could be a couple. You know what I'm saying? But what's your favorite steakhouse?
That's tough, but because that's tough. I'd probably have to say everything included Nick and Sam's. Nick and Sam's in Dallas.
Nick and Sam's in Dallas.
But I got a couple. Like I'm just gonna give you the list of a few.
Okay, yeah, give me a list of a few. But top is Nick and Sam's in
Nick
Dallas.
and Sam's for
Okay.
the whole nine. Everything.
Okay.
Obviously, and Greedy Nick, you know this. We were in Texas last week, right?
Yeah.
Bob's.
Oh, delicious.
Bob's. The best filet I've ever had in my life. Bob's
Yes.
Steakhouse.
Right there.
And it's a value because it's not just super a la carte. You get two sides and everything else. And these guys had a 16-ounce filet, looked like a baseball steak, charred on the outside, but perfect on the inside. I mean, best filet. And they actually have one in Tucson now.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Next time I'm down in Tucson, I'm gonna have to go down there. I go down there at least two or three times a year.
And then the other two I'm going to say, and don't get me wrong, there are so many. I mean, there are so many around the country, but I'm biased out here. I'm going to say Arrowhead Grill's Delmonico. They're Delmonico specifically. Amazing and the best deal for the price. And then also Dominic's. Dominic's in City Hall, man. My feelings are hurt. And Jeff Mastro at one point was crazy, owned each of these. Let's just touch on that because I know he's owned or started some restaurants you're a big fan of, right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll ask you in a second. But let's remind me to bring the Jeff Mastro topic back.
Okay, yeah. So,
and then I'm sorry, let me interrupt. And then let me just tell you this, just so we can keep it a buck. Texas Roadhouse 16-ounce cowboy sirloin.
Hold on.
Because that's a $23 steak.
He just said Texas Roadhouse, and they were just getting on me about Olive Garden.
Hey, that's the budget steak right there.
But
if you're a baller on a budget, Texas
come on,
Roadhouse.
we're coming across real bougie right now.
Real bougie,
And I just want to say, I eat at burrito trucks, I'll eat at roach coaches, as long as there's no roaches, One of
the best burrito trucks on this face of this earth is in Vallejo, California.
Was in Vallejo, California.
Was? I mean, it's gone now?
The memory of it's still there, though.
Okay.
But I mean, there's some that are close, but not. We'll have to share that story on another day.
Yeah, man.
Another day, another time.
Yeah, don't get me started on that. Far as for me, man, is probably it's a toss up. I would probably, if you had to pin me down, it would probably be Prime 112 in Miami. Is probably one of the best steaks I've ever had in my life. They cook it to perfection. The atmosphere is amazing. The people are amazing. The whole meal.
There were no shootouts.
There was no shootouts when I was down there. Definitely, but
no John Morant sightings.
Yeah, none of that. But they have a couple restaurants there. They have Prime Fish, they have Prime Italian, and they're definitely doing their thing. A close second is probably Lou and Mickey's, right? That's in San Diego.
San Diego.
Yes, Gaslamp. Go check them out. I was down there with Greedy Nick, and we killed it down there. And I'm telling you, that steak was phenomenal. They definitely did their thing. But I'm kind of a steak seafood type guy, and so my favorite restaurant is I eat a steak at my favorite restaurant. It's here in Arizona. It's Ocean's 44, and
Well, that's easy because Ocean's 44 owns Steak 44.
yeah,
So,
yeah, but it's crazy, man. Is like I'm not a big fan of Steak 44. I went there and their steak isn't. That's why it wasn't on my top list. It's not the same. I know Ocean's 44 is supposed to be their seafood side, but shoot, Ocean's kills that shit.
Hey, speaking of that, first of all, the Suns got Kevin Durant. Obviously, that's a big topic. So far, that's his favorite restaurant right now. He's out there a lot. So shout out to KD.
Hey, yeah, welcome to the Valley, KD. Mitch is a huge fan. You know what I'm saying? I love you as an athlete. I didn't like when you were on the Golden State Warriors. You know what I'm saying? You was.
But he thought it was okay for LeBron to be on the Heat.
Hey.
When they picked up Ray Allen, he was cheering.
Hey, listen.
Him and Ryan.
Hey, listen. LBJ is my dude. That's my dude. I follow. Shoot, you could go play. Well, I can't even say about this. I can't even talk on the Sacramento Kings anymore because they're actually doing well now. So, but LBJ, I follow you anyway.
Shout out Sacramento, by the way.
Yes.
My boy C Webb.
Okay.
Hey, you remember we went to that one game?
Yes.
Before they had courtside, row ones. Webb said, "What's up?" That's my boy.
Yes. So Mitch is, if you don't know, Mitch is a Bay Area cat. So he reps the Bay hard, and he's taken me out there many times. I met some great people. I've got some great friends that are still out in the Bay. Our boy Toe, he's gone from the Bay to Dallas now.
What up, Toe?
Shout out to Toe.
And Nick, you seen him last week too.
Yeah.
Hey, what'd you think of his crib?
It's dope.
Yeah. We all big time professionals in here.
Hey, for the money, Dallas is where it's at. They got some beautiful homes out there for the price.
I don't know. Texas is kind of like, for me, I don't know. Texas ain't been treating me right. I don't know. Hey, I would ask anybody to please invite me to Texas to show me a good time, because every time I come out to Texas, man, y'all don't do me right, man. Y'all don't do me right when I come out there. So I definitely
We'll have to find where the bougie part of Texas is from.
Hey, listen.
Where's the Beverly Hills of Texas? That's where Paul needs to be.
Exactly. Hey, I like to find the things in life. That's what we talk about. We figure out. We get it in. Hey, I like that champagne and caviar. That's who I am. I used to be the Boone's Farm and Burger King. Now,
I thought Burger King was going to be on your top steakhouse list.
nah, none of that.
Quad stacker.
The quad stacker.
I remember when that was like highly ranked back in the day for you.
One of the best burgers in the country. So says Paul.
Nah, man.
And the Wendy's was though. Remember?
Well, yeah, Wendy's was my joint back in the day, man. I used to do that until Dave died. Y'all changed up the whole game. I don't know what's up. Y'all
Rest in
need
peace,
to-
Dave.
Yeah, rest in peace, Dave. Y'all need to figure it out. But
Hey, real quick. I know I'm going off topic real quick, but since you mentioned Texas, you like Whataburger?
no, I'm not a big Whataburger fan, man.
Is there a boo button?
I'm telling you, the best burger is here. People don't understand. The best burger is here in Arizona. If when you guys come to Arizona.
We talking Red Dizzles?
Yeah, Red Dizzles, baby.
Red Dizzles.
Red Dizzles. Listen, if you come to Arizona, I know he's trying to get a brick and mortar, but he's a food truck. So if you guys come here, look him up on his Instagram as Red Dizzles. I'm trying to tell you, it's hands down one of the best
amazing.
burgers I've ever had in my life,
It's
if
amazing.
not the best
it's
one.
Amazing.
It's
And he puts
amazing.
a lot. Hey, and honestly, I know this is cliche sounding, but he puts a lot of love in his work, man. For real.
And you can definitely tell. I mean, it tastes amazing. The quality is amazing. It's not watered down, and I promise you, it will be one of the best burgers you've ever tasted if you get a chance to come out here. So, hit me up.
And this segment was brought to you by Randizzle.
Hey, Rand Dizzles. We don't make it hot, we make it sizzle.
Make it sizzle. That's my man. That's my man.
the horn.
Ooh, wee. For sure. Hey, speaking of coming out here or going anywhere, you got any travel plans?
Shit. Do I want to say my travel plans before you say yours?
I leave mine to the end. But,
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, I just got back from Dallas last week. Fun, quick trip, First of all, people that know me know I really don't like to travel too much. I mean, just being real. Like, my idea of traveling is going to Vegas. Like that's my where I'd go, or the back home to the Bay. But let's see. So got back from Dallas. Probably another Dallas trip. I'm thinking. What do you think, Greedy Nick?
Yeah, I'm down for Dallas.
Hey, Dallas, real soon.
Man, y'all gonna have to put me on this Texas thing because I like I tell you, I don't know. Texas ain't treating me right. So, but I'm definitely gonna have to go down with y'all and then party and see what we're talking about.
Oh no, definitely. It's just cool. It's relaxed. The food's amazing. Plus, here's the thing about Texas. They for example, we're talking steaks and burgers. That's sourced. That's sourced within 20 miles. Like, I mean, you can't beat that. Like Texas cattle, sourced within 20 miles. The food's amazing in a lot of places, and we got a lot of places on lock from our experience. And now our experience is more going to be Allen and Plano and some southeast Dallas, whatever. And actually, he showed us was it McKinley?
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was man, it's
Up and coming area.
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt. So, that's gonna be one. Obviously, I do Laughlin. We've all done Laughlin, but Laughlin, and don't get me wrong, people that are looking at Laughlin, what? I'm gonna cancel this podcast. but no, it's a whole nother level. It's more just gambling, hanging, and acting a fool. That still continues. So Laughlin's gonna be one. Going back to the Bay, just to check in on people, and stuff, and then let's see. I think I got one more in me, and nothing crazy till for the rest of the year. But I mean, I also think that I want to stay a little bit closer to home, stuff this year.
Gotcha. I feel you on that. What about you, Greedy Nick?
I got a few trips. I'm going to Denver on a little trip with one of my clients. We're gonna go to hockey game up there and do some sightseeing, get a brewery tour and things, and then I gotta going to Temecula the following weekend, and then I got Vegas.
I actually love Temecula.
Temecula's a dope little wine town.
Okay.
Cool little downtown bar area.
I used to have a business down there on Temecula Boulevard. I used to go to shout out TK's on Thursday nights. For those that don't know, believe it or not, Tilted Kilt.
Old Town Temecula, baby.
Yep.
And then I
Blackbird
got
Tavern.
Yeah, I got Vegas coming up for work, and then I'm gonna be hitting New York for my family reunion towards the end of the summertime. So got a couple trips coming up.
Now, do you wear your glasses to the family reunion?
I do. I'm known for the glasses, so.
Well, that's his style, man. You know what I'm saying? Women love his glasses, baby. Don't hate on him.
Oh, they love. I ain't hating on the man. I was asking him questions. Trying to,
It's funny. I think what was it about? This had to be like 4 or 5 years ago. It was there. I was with my ex-wife, and we were going through Central Park, and just chance.
randomly ran across each other.
Runs into this cat, him, his brother Scotty. I think your other cousin was with you and stuff like that. It was Central. If anybody has been in New York and knows Central Park is huge. I mean, freaking huge. And I ran into this man. It was the craziest thing ever.
Yeah, I can only imagine. Just randomly, right?
Randomly.
Didn't even
Small world, baby.
Yeah, small world. That's how it is. And I got to get back out to New York. New York is that's a place that does me well. But no, man, I got some travel plans coming up. You know, I'm going to Vegas here coming up, and then shoot down to Cabo since it's pretty close. But what I'm gonna do is later on sometime this year I'm going to do my Europe trip. So every year I check a bucket list item off. Last year was going to the Masters and then going to Thailand and then.
Did you Bangkok and Bangkok?
I can't disclose that. At that everybody signed non-disclosures, so I can't really go in there. My lawyers have to get involved. It's a mess.
Sticky situation.
Very sticky. So. Yeah, it was sticky. So, but anyway, that being said, I'm heading out to the UK. Never seen that, but I want to see Wimbledon this year. I'm going to go Wimbledon, Amsterdam.
Hey, just a tip: you can't talk during the match.
Oh, you can't?
Yeah. I mean, it's frowned.
No,
upon.
I can't yell.
I mean, you can do whatever you want, but it's frowned upon.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out right there. If we get kicked out, we'll just go to a pub and drink. We'll do what we do. Going to Amsterdam, got to go down there and see what they're talking about. Little red light district, little partying out there, and then going to end up in Ibiza. So I want to see.
Not like a bathhouse.
I'm sure they have some. I'm sure they have some. I want to
Hey, this motherfucker. So so international passport stamping. You know,
Shout out to my passport bros. You know, doing your thing out there. I know y'all get crazy hate, but you know, I'm loving all you guys. But listen, there's good women here. There's good women abroad. I love it. I'm gonna finish off in Ibiza because I want to see if they party as hard as Mykonos. Mykonos last year. Shout out to Mykonos.
And I ain't gonna lie, you sound like you're naming off some yogurt brands right now. Shout out to all the Greek yogurts.
Hey, they were doing their thing out in Mykonos. They know how to party. I'm telling you, I'm coming back. Just let you know I'm coming back. Have my room ready. We gonna party like.
I think we got to take the podcast on a road show.
Yeah. Oh, we definitely gonna do that. But Ibiza, I'm coming to visit you guys this year. You better not let me down. I need to see what y'all talking about out there.
It's for you hearing impaired motherfuckers. He said Ibiza, not Ibiza.
Yeah, Ibiza. That's how you say it. I used to be saying Ibiza too. They be like, no, that's not how you pronounce it. It's Ibiza. So just in case you.
So don't listen to all rap music. It's not all the truth.
Yes, exactly. But man, this has been a great first podcast. This has been amazing. I love it. This has been a long time coming. We've talked about this.
Hey, clap it up, man.
Yeah, definitely. So. I love it. Yeah, you know, I have some of my closest friends with me, you know, being able just to talk, kind of bring you guys into our world. We sit and we bullshit, we drink and talk and clown everything. And that's kind of what the show's going to be about. It's going to be about, you know, world events, you know, it's going to be about pop culture,
what we say sports, entertainment, pop culture, everything in between. And whatever the fuck we want to talk about.
You know, that's how it's going to be. So I want you guys to, you know, tune in. We're going to come to you once a week, you know, have something good for you guys. And if you want to hear something, you know, different, or you want to come on the show, you know, hit us up.
Holla at your boy.
Yeah, holla at your boy. We'll get all the information out to you. But every time we want to kind of leave you guys with like kind of the thought of the day. So Mitch, I'm gonna start out with you. Give me your thought of the day before we get out of here.
And let's like we discussed, thought of the day has any range. It could be whatever the fuck you want it to be, right?
Right.
Okay. So my thought of the day is gonna be that Hall & Oates is one of the most underrated musical talents, much less bands, that we've ever seen.
Preach.
And I'll just say this. Not only, and you know, people, I mean, hopefully we reach a lot of different people. The old heads, the young folks, the people in between, you know, whoever, people that are sexually confused, the people that know who the fuck they are, you know, we'll hopefully reach everybody. Mm-hmm. But with that said, Hall & Oates, not only does the dude have a voice that you couldn't put a skin tone to him if you just listen to the radio, Daryl Hall. And Oates is cool too. He got a cool mustache. You know, but for real. Them dudes were killing it. You know, for like 2 decades, killing it. I mean, to the point where some people, I mean, I know some people know this, but when they, I think I Can't Go For That or whatever went #1 on the charts, Michael Jackson stole that song, or at least he actually says, even Quincy Jones says, he went up to Hall & Oates told the story, I'm going to steal your song, you know, whatever, because I can or something, and he turned that inspiration into Billie Jean.
Oh, wow.
You can Google that.
Wow.
Now, I've heard it, obviously in hip hop it's been sampled many, many times. And we're just talking I Can't Go For That. We're not talking Sarah Smiles. We're not talking, Man Eater, Dreams Come True. I mean, there's like 15 songs. All you have to do is Google or just YouTube Jimmy Fallon singing Hall & Oates, and you'll get an idea how much of an effect they really have on pop culture, in my opinion. But don't get the credit because a lot of people don't know. But the other thing too is De La Soul sampled them for Me, Myself, and I. And I have a pretty strong feeling that D Nice sampled him for, My Name Is D Nice.
Wow.
And all you have to do is listen to 2 startup beats. But anyway, so yeah.
Okay.
Just want to give Hall & Oates their flowers. You know, not the Miley Cyrus way, but, you know, I'll give them their flowers while they're still here and let people know, you know, drop a gem for people, maybe the youngsters that don't know.
Okay, sounds good. Greedy Nick, what we got?
My thought of the day, you know, I was thinking, you know, Taylor Swift. She's very, very popular, and
Is that it? Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead. No, for real though. Thought of the day. You know, I think that I think that Taco Bell is not Mexican food either.
But it was voted #1 Mexican food in the country.
Well, if it
That's
sends
where
you,
our country's at.
again,
Exactly.
again, if it sends you to the toilet, you know, you gotta reconsider that. But anyway,
We
anyway.
can have the cartel coming up in here. Hold on, bro. Hey, the thoughts that are expressed are only of Paul Shields. They do not.
Again. Listen, I love my Señorita Benitas. Don't get it twisted. Listen, my thought of today is this, man. Be yourself. Be yourself. Do not let anyone dictate who you are.
If they do, they're a dick.
Yeah, but when you get up in the morning, you know, feel blessed because you got up another day. Don't. I know your job, you know, your relationship, you know, outside forces may get you down, but just be thankful that you got up and you got to see another day, and don't care. Live for yourself. Don't live for other folks. Live for yourself, and be that good person that God intended you to be, and make it happen. All right.
Can I add one thing because of just something you said?
All right.
There was some flown around the internet or whatever, and there was this post on a guy that comes up and he talks to a few different people and goes, "Hey, if I give you $1 million, would you take it?" Blah 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 blah.
Yes.
Right. Okay. And then he goes, "What if it comes with conditions?"
Yes.
And they're like, "Okay."
That's exactly what you're talking about.
Yep. And they go, "What if I give you $10 million
Yes.
and I can give it to you this morning, but you'll not wake up tomorrow?"
Yes.
And what did everybody say?
They wouldn't take the $10 million.
No.
You know why that is? Because they value life more than that money, and that's how you think it. So don't waste your life.
And wake up every morning thinking that your life is worth more than $10 million
Exactly.
and the opportunities that you will create. I gotta wipe the tear off my eye.
All right, guys. Thank you for tuning in today. This has been a great. Mitch, Greedy Nick, it's been amazing.
A pleasure.
All right, I'll see you guys on the next one.
Episode #1 in the books, 2 on the 10.
All right, we out, baby.